Hello, and welcome back to Len'en 4. In the last episode, we unlocked the last ending for Preschool Team, and now we will continue on to Scoundrel Team. But before I start, just want to mention that, yeah, I have a fan on, and hopefully it's quiet enough to where you basically can't hear the recording. That's what it sounded like when I tested, but you know, who knows. But yeah, I have a fan on because last episodes I tried to record with no fan on when it was like 90 degrees Fahrenheit, and I just can't do that anymore. So I have a fan on me, and hopefully it's not distracting. And yeah, also in the last episode, I caught my cat chewing the microphone cord, and then I snapped at her really loudly. In fact, it was so loudly that I might have to, like, cut that out. Will I end up doing that? Who knows? Anyway, we're gonna play as these three. I'm probably gonna regret playing as Hawaka because they have no range, but I'm going to do it anyway. So here's the thing, right? I'm probably going to play as Keroji when I play as this team going to the right side, because they actually have range. And what I was thinking about doing is, since you know, depending on how the extra stage goes, the next part may be the last part, and it might also be the last time I go through the story of the game. You know, there is an achievement for playing on the highest difficulty, and I am over level 1000. So I figured, for what might be the last episode, I would try playing on Unreal mode. Oh, you don't shoot backwards when focused. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Hawaka's really rough starting out, aren't they? Just need to give me power. Give me power, please. So, yeah. Earlier, before I started recording this, I uploaded the second to last part of Yensokyo Odyssey. I'm finally almost done uploading that, and then there will be like a whopping 2 days of filler, or maybe 3 days. I still don't know if I'm uploading that TF2 video yet, so I'm gonna have like a day where I upload the Gakoi compilation, because I made that. I felt like it. I haven't edited together a compilation for a while. And then I have the Hina thing, and then I might upload the Team Fortress 2 thing, or I might not, but then this series will start. Yeah, I wanted to talk about what happened in that particular episode. But of course, I have to deal with Stage 1 dialogue first. Hey, Aka, how's your arm doing? My throat's like not all right there right now, so the voices might just go away. It totally rocks. It can even do scissors and paper, haha. This is Shubakura we're talking about. Of course they would already have all the needed equipment. Shut up. We sure would have been in a tough spot if they hadn't. I'm sure if they weren't prepared, they would have come up with something. Well, if push come to shove, I could have just summoned an arm for you. Right, I have like Eldritch Abomination or Horrors as my powers or something. No way, gross. Those things you summon are always freakish beings with a bunch of writhing tentacles. Abashabe sure ate a lot of those. Fred some to Shubakura too. They might not show up when I call anymore. They're scared after all. Hey, you kids over there. Oh, someone's here. It's dangerous here. Be good kids and head home, alright? Good catch. Good kids. Yeah. Lady, we're like in our 20s. Why are you looking at me? Oh, aren't you the kids I've been seeing around the village lately? We've been found out. I recall you're building something at the edge of the village. May I ask what it is? It's a schoolhouse. We're recruiting students. It's still in the process of being built, though. The whole schoolhouse thing I never really understood. It's like Keroji's supposed to be like a really like shady person who likes money and shit, but they're like trying to build a schoolhouse. Like, is that just all an elaborate scheme, or do they actually want to like teach children? I don't know. It's still in the process of being built, though. I see. So you made sure to get permission for it from the village elder. Yes. Did you, Kuro? The village elder. So is that a character that will ever appear? Probably not. When was the last time a new character in this series was added? There was a mobile game, right? Was there any new characters added for that? I don't know. Well, somebody exchanged hands. How terrible. The Elder would never make a deal like that. They refused at first, but then I added more money that changed their tune. How shameless. Fine then, go sit over there and think about what you've done. Careful, sometimes even petty thieves will turn violent when they get caught. Shut up, Huaka. I'm not going to allow you to show such disrespect towards your elders any longer. Now, they're mad. Make sure to remember this, you two. This is how you stir up your opponent. Perfect. Now we can claim it was self-defense. Wouldn't 3 against 1 be classified as unjustifiable self-defense? Don't think you're going to get off with just a slap on the wrist. I can hit you with a stick. I think for the longest time I called Huaka Huoka, even though it's very clearly an A in their name and not like a. How would that even be spelled? How would Huoka even be spelled? It'd have to be like 3 O's. That wouldn't really make sense phonetically. Is that a name? Is Huoka a name? How is it spelled if it is? I don't know. See, so many things in this series because I'm trying to keep myself entertained, because if I don't keep myself entertained, the boringness of the stages will lead me to question existence. And you know, we have gotten to the point where I am just blasting through hard mode because I'm level 1000, but you know, I said I'd try it on real mode next part, but not as Huaka, because Huaka has no range, and I do not want to deal with Unreal mode, playing as a character with no range. I was defeated. Ah, what a pain. We made sure an enemy of a random celestial, and now our important mission has been delayed. I've turned into Squidward. Yes. Then I guess we have no choice but to demand compensation from that very celestial. Isn't that too sudden, isn't it? You really are a demon. I don't have any possessions aside from the few treasures I keep in my palace of heaven. That's fine. No worries. So this person is a celestial? I've seen them before in the human village. So you already knew who they were when you picked a fight with them. The darkness of this world is still so deep. I guess that's the thing about this team, is that for Shrine Team, we're already backwards controls, that's great. For Shrine Team, basically all of the dialogue I had already seen before, except for like Chouki, and then like the last 2 stages of the other route. And for Preschool Team, I'd seen most of them too, except for like the last 2 characters on each route. For these 2, by the time I was playing as these guys, I was so far into the neutral routes that basically I think I've seen like the first 2 conversations, and then after that, it should be new dialogue. So yeah, in Shitodo Odyssey, I've uploaded the part where, you know, it was over an hour long, because I fought Utsuho and Kakoi, and I thought the game was about to end. Like, I seriously did. Like, I knew there would still be a bunch of, like, plot threads left if it ended that soon, but, like, I don't need to tell you that that game's not exactly, doesn't exactly have the best writing, so I wouldn't be, like, entirely surprised if the game just, like, stopped with a bunch of, like, unanswered questions. So I really thought the game was going to end not long after the Koi fight, but then it just kept going until finally, like, Yukari showed up, and then there was another boss fight, and then I stopped recording because I really didn't feel like doing another boss fight. And yeah, the thing about when Yukari shows up, so yeah, the thing about Shitodo Odyssey is that its plot is really stupid, but that's okay, because the plot is mainly just a joke used to get the protagonist from one absurd scene to the next. But then, like, right before the final battle, like, of course, you know, the game seems like it's about to end. Oh, this, like, the mirror is like, oh, what a happy ending. But then Yukari shows up, and they're like, wait, we're actually going to address all these random, like, plot threads we haven't addressed yet. And then the game, like, the plot sort of tries to take itself seriously for, like, 5 minutes before the final boss fight, and then, like, Yukari fuses with Kakoi and says, I am God, like she's fucking Sonic.exe or something. So, the game becomes absurd again. There's like a moment in time from like between Yukari showing up and between her fusing with Koi and becoming Sonic.exe, where the plot like tries to take itself seriously. And the funny thing about that scene is that as soon as it like tries to take itself seriously and like explain the plot, it immediately introduces a massive plot hole that just kind of ruins the entire story. Where it's basically like, I don't know, this might be explained in the ending where you where you actually stop Kokoi's cannon. I'm under the impression that it just turns to a bad ending. My guess is just like you get blown up on the station or something. That's my guess. Because I chose to not let the cannon explode, because at that point I was kind of done with the game's plot. Where it's like, oh yeah, nobody gave a shit that Kokoi was going to blow up the world because everyone's a fucking idiot. So I was like, screw it, let the cannon explode. I guess I'll talk about this later. Those small fries have been kind of annoying, huh? It's kind of hard to search for treasures like this. I've been thinking, do you think this war and the rumor might be related? You mean like the war started over the treasure or something? Well, for starters, we don't even know if the rumor is actually about treasure. Yeah, Huaka just has like a normal voice, because I have no idea what to do with Huaka's voice. Hey, you three, stop right there. Hello, it's me, the slug who always has a different voice, because I can never remember what the voice is. Can't you see where you're busy over here? Go play somewhere else. Who are you? I'm Slug, and the name's Kajuro. Slug, huh? You grill them with salt, right? You probably wouldn't eat that, though. I love grilled food with salt, especially mackerel pike on a hot plate. Yes, you eat salt even though you're a slug? Salt is a weakness from the past. Speaking of which, heaps of small slugs have been scattering around me for a while now. Really? Those kids are my offshoots. That's strange. For some reason I can't control them. So... what? You're that thing? You actually, like, gave birth to those slugs? I really don't want to think about that. Seems like they're really taking a liking to AOG. This kind of reminds me of a Shikigami, or summoned beast. What? But they're my offspring. They're slimy and gross, so you can have them back. No way, if you do that, I've got no honor as their master. So you're gonna take them back by force then? You're quite sharp, you wicked fellow. They happen to have experience in this sort of thing. You're a dedicated little slug, aren't you? These voices are kind of just melding into each other. Even if it's coming from a stranger, praise always makes me happy. So, we're gonna fight, right? Exactly. Though I'm not really sure what we have to gain from this. What if we make them our underling? I wouldn't do that if I were you. I'm more trouble than I'm worth. Isn't that the thing with these characters, is they just kind of like... They do that with Sukune, don't they? They just, like, make them start working for them after they beat the fight, but then, like, the game continues anyway, so who knows where that went. But yeah, and, like, the brief moment where Gensokyo Odyssey tries to be serious before the boss fight, there's a point where Yukari's like... It's real that Yukari actually wanted Kokoi to blow up the Hakurei barrier and turn into money because... for plot reasons that don't make any sense, but whatever, that somehow resulted in Yukari being able to take over the world or something. And then that, just think about that for 2 seconds, you realize that completely destroys, like, the entire plot, because the entire thing up to that point was how, like, the game started because Yukari wanted the main character to go to Tokyo to stop Kokoi, and then they didn't end up going there, but they ended up going there anyway because they ate, like, magical cotton candy or something. And then, like, Eren lets them escape back in Tokyo, and then Hikari makes them go back because they really want them to stop Kokoi. So the entire reason the main character's even there and forced to stay there is because they need to stop Kokoi. We'll talk about this again, I guess. So much dialogue. When we get to stage 4, you know, there's not going to be any dialogue for like 20 minutes. I wasn't expecting us to fight 3-on-1. Can I have them, Keroji? My left foot is falling asleep. Keroji! This is a thing I do. I say your name like this. Keroji! Yes. Now, you're such a cheapskate. Like they always are. Sorry, but enslaving me isn't your decision to make. What do you mean? You need permission from my master first. So this slug ended up being a Shikigami after all. Yep, the right foot is completely asleep. Then we just have to find their owner. Master, please escape. Yeah, so the entire, like, plot up to that point, after basically Yukari forces the main character back into Gensokyo, was like, okay, they really want... Yukari wants the main character to stop Kukoi. But then it's revealed that actually Yukari didn't want Kukoi to be stopped. So why did they bring the main character into Gojokugo to stop Kukoi if Yukari actually wanted Kukoi to succeed? Because at the end, like, my character ended up letting Kukoi turn the money laser on, which destroyed the barrier, which is what Yukari apparently wanted. And then that assumably would have happened whether or not my main character showed up to do anything at all, because my character ultimately didn't do anything. Because they didn't stop Kukoi, so what was the fucking point of, like, anything? That one plot twist ruins, like, what little plot the game had at all. And I think it's funny, just, like, as soon as the game even attempted to take itself seriously for 5 minutes, it immediately fell apart. I don't know. That scene where Yukari shows up and the game tries to act serious for 5 minutes is by far the worst scene in the entire game, for many reasons, but that's just the most obvious one. I don't know. I mean, the entire series will be uploaded by the time this gets uploaded, so I could talk about, like, the series finale and stuff, and how, like, basically the entire, like, last episode, like, the entire ending in that game was basically completely ruined for me because of the stupid glitch where the volume turns back up every time you lose a boss fight in combination with the game just arbitrarily deciding that you can't open the menu at random ass points. Those two things basically made it to where the entire ending had super loud music, so I couldn't read any of the dialogue, which was the entire reason I was playing the game. So yeah, it just made it to where, yeah, I was basically just kind of in a pissy mood for the entire, like, last episode, because I didn't really like the last I didn't like the last boss fight that much. And I was kind of done with the plot, and then the ending was ruined. So, honestly, like, part of me, because I haven't uploaded it yet, obviously, part of me just wants to not upload the last part, because, like, it's not very good, because I've been pissing me with the whole time. But it's the last part, so I gotta get to upload it. Yeah, even before, like, the last part turned into what it was, I already was kind of done with the game anyway, because that last cutscene just kind of took me out of anything I cared about with the game. I don't know. I can talk more about why I don't like that cutscene and kind of why it kind of ruined the mood of the game for me, but I don't really feel like it. I just want to talk about it a little bit, I guess. Anyway, yeah, I like Shitodo Odyssey for the vast majority of it. Basically, as soon as Yukari showed up at the end, for like several reasons, for the cutscene itself and all the things that happened at the final boss and afterwards, because of the ending being ruined, I basically just, at that point, I stopped caring. And the last, the last episode was, what, like an hour, 10 minutes or something, and then there was the last, like, 15 minutes the episode before that. Basically, once you get to that point, is where I basically stopped enjoying the game, which is a shame, because I enjoyed the vast majority of it, except for when the game was bullshit, you know, like Koi's boss fight, which I really hope gets fixed, because that's just, like, I don't need to be, like, rude or anything, but, like, how did that even get past testing? That is, like, the 4th boss fight in the game. That was in part 3 of a series that went on for 12 parts. It's extremely early in the game, and that, debatably, I don't know, I might have done better in some of the final bosses because I was, like, better at the game by that point, but, like, that fight is debatably the hardest fight in the entire game, and it's extremely early into the game. Like, how did that even happen? It seems like we've ended up at some sort of weird encampment. Could this be the outpost base of that group that's playing soldiers? I've never seen this crest before. It isn't from the outside world, then. I guess not. Alright, next order of business. Shall we find the one in charge here and have him end this war? What the hell, Kero? Decided to become a good person all of a sudden? Nah, I think it's just because all the small fries are getting in their way. I'll hold off on saying which of you is right for now. Ribbit! Hello! Hello! You there over there! I don't feel like doing a Toad voice right now, so do whatever this is. Hey, look, a frog. Ribbit! How could you tell I was a frog? Well, you kept saying ribbit, ribbit. Haha, I only talk like this when I'm on duty, ribbit. You did not do this for either of the other conversations, I don't think, but whatever. Do you really need to force yourself to say ribbit because of that? For the record, this is an encampment of the Dragonfly Army. Outsiders must hop on home. Get it? Hop on the frog? Yeah. Okay, I'm a bit annoyed now. The Dragonfly Army. Why is a frog in an army of dragonflies? Just gonna... Okay, Keroji. Look, we're not actually an army of dragonflies. We just got a castle by that name. So, like the Castle of Dragonflies? Yes, and more accurately, the Dragonfly Castle. It reveals itself to a new emperor when they appear. The new emperor? It feels like I've heard that somewhere before. Oh, isn't it them, that royal benefactor of ours? Alright. Sounds like quite the pitiful monarch we got there. Our new emperor is nothing like that. If that's the case, then I want to meet them. Huh? What do you folks want to meet the new emperor for? If we meet with them, fight them, win, and take all their money, then he'll be our royal benefactor too. Sometimes you have some seriously messed up thoughts. I wouldn't expect anything less from one bearing the blood of Shitodo. You idiots, like I'll let you do that. Oh my, you sure are eager to fight. I guess we have the chance to put our right to self-defense into practice. I feel like my line was stolen. Keroji loves amphibians, so they're looking forward to this. I won't let you do as you please. Kaisen Azuma of the Dragonfly Army challenges you. Well, yeah, that's all I really wanted to say about Keroji Odyssey. It was just on my mind because this was uploading earlier, and I'm going to upload the last part tomorrow. I just find it... I enjoyed most of that game, and I just think it's a shame that basically by the end of the second to last part, I basically was done. You know, last impressions are important, so the fact that the last, like, hour and a half I didn't really care for, it's kind of a shame. Anyway, back to this game. Finding a frog, yet again. I don't know. Like I said, I think you don't actually have to 1cc it to get the ending, so even if Unreal Mode ends up being like a giant jump in difficulty, I should still be able to just beat it in general, right? Grope! I lost! My apologies, Master! Master? What? Who? Would you happen to be a Shikigami of the same master as that slug we just met? Would you happen to be a Shikigami of the same master of that slug we just met? I think that's supposed to be no. You met Kajuru? How delightful. I suppose they were beaten in black and blue, too. What are you talking about? Then I guess we better take them, too. Shikigami are more convenient than slaves, after all. That's one way of putting it. Alrighty. Alright, this froggy is mine now. Froggy. Do you really think you could win against my master? Isn't it a bit late to be asking that? Very well, go, and be sent flying. Gee, they're quite a cheeky frog. Should I roast them a bit? They'll taste like chicken if I do. Would they? Do frogs taste like chicken? I don't know. I think it's one of those things, like, you know, a bunch of people say things taste like chicken. Frogs taste like chicken? I don't know. Hot! 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 And then, they presumably died. Huaka killed them. Hey, Huaka. You know what you should do? You should go and do that thing you just did to that frog. To that fucking mirror. I don't remember the stupid thing's name. Mitsumo? I think that was it. Stupid mirror. Stupid stinky mirror. Anyway, now that I've talked about Keroji Odyssey, I'm kind of just... That was the thing I wanted to talk about in this part, and now it's kind of gone. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I went back and watched a little bit of the last part, and the part where I caught the cat chewing a microphone, I did snap at her pretty loudly, and ended up coming up pretty loudly on the recording. So I might cut that out, or I might not, and just be lazy, and just be like, put something in descriptions like, oh, you've already for this part. Hope you read the description. Who knows how many people that watch my videos actually read the description? I have no idea. It depends. Sometimes my descriptions have lots of words, like thousands, like over 1,000 words, and sometimes the entire description is just like the one I did that cover of Tripping Upstairs, where the entire description is just the words original version and then a link to the original version, and that's the entire description of multiple of my videos. Because sometimes I just don't really have anything to say. It's just I feel like making a cover of this. Nothing really to say in the description. Here's the original version. Yeah, I did that video where I mixed Marasa's theme with What Will We Do with Lay Drunken Sailor. Why do I only have one extra life? The fuck? Huh? What happened? Where did... I haven't been hit that much. Didn't I get an extra... What is going on? Why do I not have shields also? What the fuck is happening? Like, I'm actually very confused. I don't think I've been hit that much. Why do I have no lives? You know, maybe it's a blessing that I didn't understand what the live system was until now, because now that I'm actually looking at it, I'm even more fucking confused. I literally had how many fucking lives when I did the last playthrough, and now I have one. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Like I said, it doesn't matter if I win. But then, like, if I lose on hard, then I probably shouldn't play on real, but I kind of wanted to. I wanted to at least attempt to get the achievement, but I don't know if I should. If I can't even fucking... Just press the bomb button. Fuck you. Break this mini-boss with reverse controls. Fuck off. God. Okay, I guess I'm losing this. At level 1000, I'm about to lose a normal hard mode run because of the fuck knows what just happened. So much random shit with this game. Thought the high levels would make me escape the bullshit, but apparently not. Apparently it's always there. The fuck was I talking about? I honestly, like, can't remember. Was I talking about this game? Oh yeah, I was talking about my videos. Yeah. I don't know. That Marasa video was originally, I just, like, learned how to play Drunken Sailor, and that was just gonna be the whole thing, but then I thought, you know, I haven't made a mashup video in, like, over almost a year at this point. Make one of those. So I did. And then I made that, and I also made Tripping Upstairs, because I've been, like, going through the soundtrack of older SpongeBob episodes and just listening to some of the tracks, and it made me want to play some of them. At least it's something. A lot of the, like, I mean, a big part of it is just laziness for why I haven't made too many covers like I used to, like, back in the, it's a combination of, you know, back in the day I used to make, like, a cover video every 2 days. Now I make one, like, maybe once a week. Maybe. And, you know, part of that is laziness, part of that is just because, like, I don't know, I get my fix of creating videos by making other videos, so I don't feel, like, as compelled to make covers, because back in the day, covers were, like, the only type of videos I make, but now I make other videos, like, the urge to make videos is fulfilled by other videos. Oh yeah, there's a Shikigami at Shubakura Shrine too, isn't there? Oh, are you talking about that cranky person? Looking at them, I think making that slug and frog from earlier in a tour Shikigami could be a bad idea. With them, it's like their hierarchy between master and servant has been completely reversed. Reversal and inversion does happen to be the speciality of the Black One. No, really, I don't use that ability that often. Just use it every time I'm a boss. It's really annoying. God, is Keroji an annoying boss. Sometimes you use it for flipping hamburgers. That way they won't lose their shape. Hey there, Master. Huh? Someone's here. It's definitely them. Those are the people who defeated us. Oh, and what? Oh my, pardon me. It seems these children of mine have been causing you some trouble. Guessing you're the master of that slug and frog? My apologies for not introducing myself sooner. I am the master of Keroji and Kaisen. I go by the name Raya. Ah, hi. There's no need to introduce yourself to the likes of them, master. They're right, they're scoundrels, not worthy of hearing your name. These creatures riding on them. Could they be? Damn right, we meet again. You'll meet your end here. There's nobody in this world stronger than our master. Now, you two, is that not discourteous towards the new emperor? But when it comes to pure strength, our master is stronger than the new emperor. Even if our master's power is lowered from activating and using us, they can still send you guys packing with ease. Oh, not at all. You don't need to go that far. Things seem livelier over there. Aren't they just like kids frolicking around at a parent's house? I don't think that was even remotely what the last two words you said were, but whatever. I can't read. So, they normally take the form of animals, huh? Well, they look a bit grotesque, though. What are you calling an animal? They're not wrong. Stop getting hung up on every little thing, I swear. Amphibians? Huh? You wanna go, you stupid worthless slug? If you two don't calm down, I won't keep you activated anymore. Ah, ribbit. I got all wound up, and now this conversation isn't going anywhere. A slug and a frog? Why do you keep those things as Shikigami? What are you calling those things? Even in the game of equal odds, such as Sansukumi, know what that means, yes. Isn't there a surefire way to win? And by that I mean to take complete control over your opponent's hand, isn't that right? Okay, so it's some card game or whatever, I don't know. You know, normally you put like translator's notes or something like that, but you can't really fit that anywhere in a game like this. So are you saying in a game of rock, paper, scissors, you play both rock and paper? Then if I could just get my hands on a snake, I would be set, but there hasn't been going so well. I have someone meeting those requirements. Please, give Saragamaro to them. They'd be a lot better than you. Ah, really? I would gladly take them off your hands. Good, maybe they become a relevant character again. Ah, but of course I'll give you a suitable reward in exchange. But, you know, this one is pretty useful to me. Think you can afford them? It would be best if you stop negotiating with Keroji. No, please, tell me how much you want. 2.5 nickels. It's not about the money. It's not about money I want right now. How about instead you become my Shikigami? You want me to work for you? I don't know what the problem is. I see now. It appears that you are someone who doesn't know reason. I warned you. Our master is a prodigy, after all. They may be young, but there is no one we would rather serve. It's still 100 million years too soon for the likes of you to try and use them. There's no use in talking anymore. Very well then. It looks like as if you still wish to go against me. 3 on 1. 3 on our side, 3 on yours. Sounds like a fair fight to me. Like hell it is. We can't fight anymore. Seems like their voices got louder to compensate for their bodies getting smaller. How annoying. Doesn't matter to me. I won't run even if I had a disadvantage. This guy must be pretty full of themselves if they think they win a 3-on-1 fight. Pretty brave, huh? I wouldn't say that. In reality, I'm quite concerned with how much power I have left. You're quite calm despite your words. Let's see how long that will last. I definitely cannot let dangerous people such as yourself to continue on and beat the Emperor. So I must ask you to wither away right here. But yeah, you know, part of it is laziness, part of it is the fact that I make other videos now, but a third reason why I don't make as many covers is just because I just don't, like back in the day when I was first started, I had all these ideas of tracks I wanted to cover. Now it's just kind of mostly gone. I kind of need to like have a sudden inspiration, like sudden like want to play something in particular for me to make a video now. It can't be like, okay, I've got nothing else to do right. Like it used to be back in the day, it's like, oh, I've got nothing else to do right now. I can go ahead and make a video. I've got so many ideas of things I want to play. Now it's gonna be like, there's gotta be something I want to play. It's gotta be something specific. And it's like, I happened to listen to some SpongeBob tracks. And there were some ideas that I wanted to go there. So it just has to happen sometimes. I have to just be listening to something and suddenly be like, you know what, I want to play that. Problem is, that does happen sometimes, but a lot of times for tracks that I know would be a pain in the ass to try to learn how to play. And honestly, I know for certain tracks, like if I tried to play something a bit too hard, I know that things will end up getting too annoying too quickly, so I just don't end up going for it. Fucking die, will ya? Yeah, Huwaka. Was not a good choice, were you? I'm on my last life. I'm on my last life. Yep. I've done how many runs with how many extra lives now, and now I'm going into stage 5 with 1 life. Yep. I can't believe I was defeated. Master! No way, Master Garaya was. Yay. We did it, Kuro! Now we have more subordinates to serve us. What's wrong, Keroji? Nothing really. Just thinking being the boss of these yokai might not be as bad as I thought. So you two hold such ambition in these turbulent times? What's that supposed to mean? I will become the new emperor. It's called foreshadowing. Back? Eh? You really think you can overthrow our new emperor even though I was weakened? It was a pretty close fight. Actually, I don't remember it being a close fight. Who the hell do you think you are? A bottomless pit of sin, that's what. There is no way such evil can be allowed to prevail in this world. Can't say I know of any cases of justice prevailing myself. If the root of all evil says it, then it must be true. Are you really serious, girl? I'll think whether I'm serious or not after I'm sitting on the throne. There's no end to the wickedness of these people. Well, 1 CC we will not be getting, because my lives fucking disappeared, I guess. Don't know how. I wasn't paying too much attention, because I haven't been paying attention before, and I ended up fine, and then now I'm not paying attention again, and now I'm not fine. Yeah. Don't pick Huwaka, is what I'm basically getting. They just can't fucking do stages at all. Playing as any other character, all of these guys would be dead before they could shoot a single bullet, but I'm playing as Huwaka, and Huwaka just can't do stages, so here I am. And now I'm in stage 5, the stage that never ends, so, you know, I'm excited for this. My favorite part of Len'en 4 is stage 5, yep. I guess it's kind of good that I ran out of things to talk about, so I'd probably be paying attention, trying not to lose my last life here. Hey game, how do I get an extra life, you know? It'd be pretty nice, you know? Yeah, this game is really not evenly distributed on difficulty, is it? It's like, if you play as a character that can't deal with stages, you're just gonna have to deal with a massive pain in the ass that is the stages. But if you play as a character that doesn't have to deal with the stages, you know, even if they don't do as much damage to the boss, bosses last like what, a minute, and stage goes on for like 8 minutes because, yep, good. Welcome back to I complain about Len'en 4 stages. It's half the commentary of the series, because if you didn't know, I don't like these game stages, and basically why is pretty evident by the shit that's on the screen right now. Like, what the fuck just happened? I don't know. Why did I choose Huwaka again? I don't know. It's because I wanted to play as Keroji for when I played on Unreal, and I don't like Keroji, so that left the other one. Yep, can't see anything. Because Mystia is singing her heart out, apparently. That's what's going on. Yep. Man, I sure do love this cell. Yep, my favorite. And I went through how many episodes without it devolving into this, and it devolved into it again. Never ends. Stage 5 never ends. Oh, I can't shift. Cool. That should have hit me, but it didn't. Good. I should have like a super small hitbox right now, right? Because I was on a fully upgraded ability since like before this series even restarted, because I needed to beat the extra stage. Oh yeah, I kind of mentioned it before, but yeah, the next episode, it might be the last episode of this series, or it might not be. It purely depends on how much a pain in the ass the extra stage is, despite having all these upgrades. Because, like, I'll try it, and I'll try it with commentary, and if I can't beat it, even with all these upgrades, I still lose. Yeah, I'm gonna give up, because I have to do that 3 more fucking times, because some fucking reason. You can't just beat it once, no, you need to beat it with every single character to unlock Suzumi. Yep. Yep. Yeah. And, yeah, whether I feel motivated enough to do that is going to determine a lot of things. Because if I unlock Suzumi, then that means that's going to be at least 3 more episodes of the series, where I do the 3 routes as that team. And then I could try the extra stage as them too. And then if all that goes well, which that's a big fucking if, so these are alternate universe plans probably, because none of this is probably going to happen. It's just ideas that I might do. Because if I go through all the dialogue, well, most of the dialogue, because there's obviously like neutral route bosses that are RNG that I won't get. But I'll see most of the dialogue for Suzumi's team. Since I'll be doing that for this game, I could go back to previous games where Suzumi is also playable. And play their story for different videos. But the thing about that is, in order to do that for the first game, I have to beat the extra stage as Subakura. I really don't want to do that, because I'm kind of fucking over extra stages. Not counting this game, which, you know, upgrades. And then, like I said, even then, if it still turns out to be a pain in the ass, I'm not doing it! I don't know, it's just like, I get it, there are upgrades in this game, but the extras plus alpha is a massive pain in the ass even with upgrades, so this really had to be the one Len'en game that didn't have an easy extra stage? Like, really? The biggest pain in the ass extra stage in the entire series, and it's the only one that doesn't have a easy extra equivalent for some reason. So why I tried the extra stage for so long back in December before finally giving up is I figured it couldn't be that hard, right? If you're not going to give me an easy extra equivalent, surely the stage itself isn't that hard. But it is. It just sucks. Fucking 5 timeout spells in total. Second, one of which is the second to last spell. I have like, what, 20 plus total spells, and it's bullshit. It's just, it's design decisions in this game that I wish the game did not go with sometimes. Anyway, I got an extra life at some point, so I haven't game overed yet. We'll see what happens. But yeah, whether or not even if all those other things happen with, you know, this game and me going back and playing a Suzumi in previous games, whether or not I do that for the first game is going to depend on whether I feel the motivation to go and beat the extra stage of Subakura, which I probably won't. To be honest. I'm getting dizzy. This castle seems like a pretty horrible place to live in. My guess is that this is a trap to confuse intruders. Well, it's working. I don't have any idea which way we should go. The intention might actually be to trap us. They want us to starve to death? We're going to die of motion sickness first. That'd probably be a better death than starving to death, honestly. We can get out of here. We can get out whenever we want, but right now our only objective is the throne. You're really planning on becoming the new emperor, huh? Before now, they would just push lofty positions like that onto others. If there's someone more qualified around, why not leave it to them? Subakura has always been around me. Subakura has always been around me, after all. So you think they're better now, Kuro? I wouldn't say that. Well, there's just something I've thought of. I've gone from wanting to open a school for children to wanting to be the leader of the emperor of, like, a country in the span of, like, what, like, since this run started, basically. Quite a change of ambitions you got there, buddy. Hey, wait! Oh, someone's arrived. You bastards, do you even know what this castle belongs to? Who this castle belongs to? I've only ever known one thing. The weak are meat for the strong to eat. It's part of my rap game I got going on. If I can't become emperor, I think I'll become a well-renowned rapper. Weeding out the weaklings, huh? Now that you mention it, I haven't eaten any grilled meat in a while. Martha's trash. Do you really think it's okay for people like you to enter the castle of the new emperor? I'm going to be that new emperor. Actually, I actually don't remember what this ending is. Does he become the They are. You know, part of the reason I had that old Len'en characters look like dude discussion is because yeah, I say he a lot, and it's just so yep. How insolent, thinking you can do whatever you please. What arrogance, shameless, inhuman monstrosity. All true. Anyway, I don't remember what the ending is. Does he become the emperor? I don't remember. Isn't that kind of what Tenkai was talking about too? Like, because Chouki is like the fake emperor that's been ensnared and it's supposed to lure out the real emperor, so whoever beats them becomes the real emperor. So does that mean Fumikado should have become the emperor when they beat Chouki, but they just kind of left to go fight people in a story that's never going to be finished because nobody beats both routes canonically because they're separate timelines? You know flattery won't get you anywhere, right? You want some candy or something? No, I don't want any. I only like the mint flavor. Really? Or like mint. And it's like the only one you like, really? I've always been more of a lemon person myself. Wow, that is somehow a worse answer. Josh, how are you anyway? That's my line, you savages. Gee, I wonder why these recordings are over an hour long. Well, it's probably because you just ramble on during the dialogue. I mean, you could be reading the dialogue, I don't know. Not sure I appreciate getting called savages by the people playing these war games. Do you intend to keep insulting us? They have a pretty sharp fuse. No, isn't it only natural that they get pissed at us for barging in like here, like we own the place? After making an effort to block our path right here, then that must mean the throne is in this direction. Cat! Ew. Yeah. Watch the cat now, because he decided to jump up on the desk, which means if I'm not paying attention, so she'll the corn again. You fiends, are you seriously aiming for their life? It isn't their life I want, it's the throne. Well, I guess it's fine, they're a ghost anyway, so you can't really kill them. They granted me my freedom and saved my life, now it's my turn to protect them. There's no value in make-believe friendship, it's nothing more than a facade to distract yourself from loneliness. Jesus Christ, Keroji, you want to talk to someone? That was truly the line of a villain. What are you saying, Akka? At this point, it's nothing new. I'll stop you right now, even if I have to sacrifice this life of mine. They're actually coming for us. How eccentric. I wonder if they're drunk, or maybe just insane. Who cares how drunk I am if I get to dream? Who cares how insane I am if I get to wake up from this nightmare? But know this well, that you three are the ones drunken and mad with yourself. Alright, am I gonna lose in this boss fight? Probably. Unless Waka could just kill them instantly, please. Waka, please kill them. Kill them now. Kill them. Oh, it's bullshit I'm having to dodge because you won't fucking kill them. Your one job is to kill them in a couple seconds and you're not killing them in a couple seconds. It's one job, Waka. Just kill them before I have to fucking dodge anything because you can't do the stages for shit. So please just get the boss out of my face. Oh god, this. I'm right under the boss. You know, the whole, like, this character is supposed to kill the boss instantly becomes a lot less effective when you basically make it to where they can't be hurt for several seconds. Like, oh, that makes it to where then you could kill the boss instantly, and that wouldn't be fair. Well, how much bullshit I just had to deal with those stages, you know, maybe I should be able to kill the boss instantly, because I don't care anymore. Let me kill the boss instantly. Is there an how about making an upgrade where I don't have to deal with this stupid invincibility mechanic before the boss gets to attack for several seconds before being hit? Trying to pay attention. Like, look at this. Just absolutely no damage, and then they're dead because they just get invincibility. And I got hit. You know, I wouldn't have gotten hit if they didn't have that invincibility for no reason. Now I have 2 extra lives from somewhere, so maybe I'll actually beat this run. Who knows? I was justice defeated. My knowledge doesn't contain anything like this. You lost exactly because of that justice. You still have a lot to learn, kid. It's true that I was only just born. I will continue to learn from here on out.
What are you asking about? This is my fate, being born as a homunculus. You say you're homunculus, but you don't look anything other than like a normal human to me.
Keroji. Every fucking character in this game except the mirror looks like a human, because that's the gimmick of this series. And Toho and so many other fucking things is like they are actually a weird creature, but they actually look human because there's no actual reason why. There's no lore reason. There's no lore reason in Toho why they all look like cute girls. It's just because it's a series gimmick, and even though it sort of goes against the series lore because they're supposed to be scared of them, fuck it. Stop questioning things, Keroji.
His body is human, yet its time has stopped. I really don't get it.
Come to think of it, isn't our royal benefactor also a homunculus?
I'm pretty sure they only have the body of a homunculus, making them the opposite of this one. I believe that this is an important detail. Well, you seem to be hiding something. Well, that's none of our concern. It's way to the throne.
Should we really be doing this? Bit late to be questioning things now, Waka. Okay, 4 cells of bullshit, and then I can be done with the stage. Yes. Stupid stages. How much time did I add to the recording by just babbling about random shit during that conversation when I could have been reading the dialogue and then rabbling about such shit during gameplay where it's on rails anyway, so I'm not wasting my time no matter what I talk about. Hello, Kajuro. Yeah. Like, all the random bullshit this game can throw at you. Some of that bullshit, I think, should just not happen during mid-bosses, where it's like, oh yeah, this mid-boss attack, do it with reverse controls, asshole. It's like, I'd rather not. Really rather not, you know? Again, I think reverse controls shouldn't be in this game at all, because it's not good at all. It's just dumb. I don't think it's a good way to add difficulty to anything. Sage is a bad boss. Sage is an example of what you shouldn't do, in my opinion. In fact, I've never actually heard of a fan game that's actually attempted to recreate, say, Sage's bullshit anyway. I mean, they probably exist, but, like, normally it's just, like, they make their own shit for Sage and don't have you reverse controls because, you know, that's stupid. But apparently, you know, some people were like, yep, that fight was good. Let me have, that's a good idea, reversing your controls. Yep, that's fun difficulty right there.
Hey, are you seriously planning on becoming the new emperor? Isn't it a bit late to be asking that?
There's no going back. SS Keroji is gonna become the new emperor, has already set sail.
Not a very good boat name. Doesn't really roll off the tongue, Walker. This isn't a steamship, it's a mud boat at best.
Is someone there? Is my voice going to turn into an old man again? Probably, it's already kind of happening.
And so the Emperor appears.
Intruders? Hara should have dealt with you.
Burnt them up.
Is that so? How unfortunate, even though I just set them free.
Hey, they aren't dead though, nobody dies in this game. They only die in backstories. Are you the self-proclaimed emperor?
That's right! I'm Tara no Chouki. Everyone refers to me as the new emperor.
Fumikado also claims to be the new emperor, so which is it? Both have the same surname.
Fumikado! Fumikado!
Let's move on to something else. They just completely lost it. How are we even talking in the first place? They're holding something in their mouth.
I'm unable to talk, so this lantern Shikigami does it for me.
These people sure like their Shikigami.
It's because of Fumikado that Fumikado! I only get this pissed about Fumikado's name in, like, this conversation. It's kind of weird. I, like, thought they were gonna do it in the other two conversations, and they, like, kind of didn't. So I was remembering this one.
They're just going off on their own.
Oh yeah, I talked about new dialogue. I have read all the dialogue in this game separately, but I forgot most of it. Except Suzumi's, which is why I was thinking about doing all the things with Suzumi, is because I haven't actually read any of, like, Suzumi's dialogue in any of, like her team, like her player character dialogue in any game. I just didn't.
They're just going off there on their own.
We have our fair share of Shikigami now, too. I heard that Garaya switched sides.
Which size? Isn't it more like they were forced to? They're my Shikigami now.
Were the likes of Garaya to be degraded to the Shikigami of another? It appears that you are no ordinary people.
Ordinary people coming through.
Your objective is this castle's throne, is it not?
So the leader of the yokai turned out to be human. Isn't that fascinating?
I mean, they're a ghost, not really a human. Kind of different.
You don't look like a normal human. Are you a yokai?
I used to be a human, but now I'm a ghost. Which reminds me, Fumikado used to be human. Fumikado!
For a human to become the new emperor of the yokai. What weirdos. You're going back on what you said earlier.
Why do you desire to the position of new emperor? You only just recently arrived in Mugenri, did you not? And our identities are completely revealed.
It must be great to do whatever you want. Whatever you want, right? That's what I want. What kind of authority?
You are skilled at mixing truth with lies. If you told only lies, I could see through them with this Shikigami.
Is good at telling lies.
When it comes to scams, cons, and cheats, leave it to them. Your insufficient intentions mean nothing to me. This is the end of you three.
The annihilation of the Shitodo family. Even if we die here, the Shitodo line won't end, though. Enough talk. Let's clear out this sheet as soon as possible.
Even with the new emperor as your opponent, you still speak so frankly. Only got 2 extra lives, buddy. You don't have as much good of a cushion as you think you do.
All the more reason for Keroji to act out. It's like their image depends on it. Stop saying stupid things, let's get this over with.
What beautiful courage! What sad ideals! This defiance against me shall be your greatest and final mistake! I fight is bullshit! Get ready for it!
Melt faster! God damn it! I was hoping I wouldn't be hit there. Oh, right, this. Yep. Oof, yep. Oh, die, please! Die! Weren't you dying? Die faster than that. Walk off! Kill the fucking thing! It's your one job is to kill the thing before I get hit. There we go. Alright. Not Sensei attack. Yep. Blow up, please. Don't really know what to do about that. It's just a giant rotating stick. I can't really dodge that. Oh my god, Huaka does not do any fucking damage when you're not right under the boss. Kill them. Look at them, taking no damage up there. You know, at least the great thing about doing these fights against Chouki and Midori over and over again is that Chouki and Midori don't have timeout spells because they're not dumb. Giving a timeout spell to a final boss is stupid. That is a dumb gimmick that extra stage bosses have. Please don't give them to your final bosses, please. Of course, Tenkai has one when they're a final boss because they're an extra boss turned into a final boss. You could have just not done that, Tenkai. You could have just not used that spell. Pretty sure you didn't use. There were plenty of other spells you didn't use. You have less spells as final boss than you would extra boss. You could have just skipped the extra stage boss Tenkai. Yes, the timeout spell Tenkai, but no, couldn't have had that. Anyway, this is the last spell now. This run went a lot better than I thought it would. I thought when I had like no extra lives, that was it. But now I somehow won. Cool. Is Keroji gonna become emperor now? Is that what's happening?
At the Dragonfly Castle. In this ever-changing world, this castle is also transient. Like a dragonfly, it vanishes. Just like a dragonfly. That's how that song goes. Just gonna fly so high like a dragonfly. Want to get away, want to fly away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Usually one would expect a castle to stand there day and night and to not disappear, but this castle is said to be an exception. In this transient castle, there are also several ever-changing people. But who? Foolish! For low lives like this, too! Who the hell talks like that? That must be pretty unimportant. Nothing but attention-seeking. People talk like that in an attempt to exaggerate their worth. Anyway, Kuro, are you serious? About what? You know, what you were saying about becoming the new emperor? Oh, that. You usually like to avoid standing on top. What changed your mind so suddenly? Up until now, Shubakura was there. I had no intention of intruding upon a more qualified candidate. But Shubakura hasn't gone anywhere. I see. What's up with you? You aren't making any sense. Keroji made their way to the throne of the Dragonfly Castle, not particularly paying attention to those two. Next, they lightly brushed dust off it and boldly sat down, slowly crossing their legs. You! Only the new emperor is permitted to sit on that throne. Shut up, loser. Oh. This is fine, isn't it? Well, what is? If I were to try and surpass Shubakura, if I were to try to pass off Krusty Burger as my own cooking, yes. Usually Keroji was always going on about how inferior they were to Shubakura, but right now Keroji's attitude did not show any signs of that same humility. To be continued? Right, what? All clear. Congratulations, you're so cool, Keroji. Are they? What was this, new 5? I think this is new 5. This is the last... Oh, I made 2 new 3s because I'm an idiot. And it just let me do that. Okay. But it's a new 5. Weird how they just let you have the same name for replays, but I guess, is that normally a thing? I don't know, I've never done that before. Anyway, upgrade, people, upgrades. That was... not you. You. Give me more power. Holy shit, that's expensive. Wow. Anything else I could spend this on? Throw box, item collection range, item bowling speed, shot power. You have the same thing as... June. Barrier recharge delay, invulnerability during damage taken, bullet clear area, alcohol obtained. Critical hit chance, revival chance, HP recovery, burst chance, continuous damage to enemies, player shot hitbox. Other shots, okay. Reduces the chance of sub-events, reduces chance of high-level armies, reducing enemies hitbox, reduces boss HP? That seems cheesy. What a weird upgrade. Don't know who this is. I guess it's the other Suzumi, who's technically the same Suzumi. I don't know, I'm just going to continue going in order, because if I don't, then the options are going to overwhelm me. I can't afford this last one. Anyway, next episode, it might be the last episode, it might not, it's going to depend on how much pain in the ass the extra days is, but next episode we'll do the last Shitodo route. See you then.